People often give themselves, physical rests or rest days or time off to recover physically, whether that's from work or physical activity or anything of that sense. But when do you give yourself a mental break, a mental rest day? And it's not to say it's like do nothing for a whole day or be a zombie, but how often do you spend a day, a few hours in a day with no agenda, with nothing planned, nothing circulating your mind, no job to do, just no agenda, nothing? I think for a lot of people, the answer is rarely or never. And people take themselves for granted in a way, because there is a general understanding about physical recovery now, especially the people that go to the gym a lot or physically active. You know that you have to rest sometimes. Your body has to recover so it can keep performing at its best. But people don't understand that doing this mentally is a lot more important and needed just as regularly as physical rest. And it doesn't have to be something where you take a whole 6 hours out of a day just to do nothing or be nothing. It's not to say that, but having no agenda, having nothing to think of in the future or dwell on in the past, just instead being in the moment and observing, taking the world in. For me, I found it on walks a lot easier for me. People that have any sort of neurodivergency will kind of have a similar experience, that it's a lot harder for those types of people to just switch off and kind of empty their mind. Some people it's a lot easier, and I'm jealous. But if you can just sit there, think about nothing, and let time pass, then do that. But if you're similar to me and you can't do that, then walking and having some music on is what kind of settles me mentally. So there's some sort of still stimulation, I guess, from the music, but it allows me personally to just clear my mind and exist. And you'll find that the more often you can do this, the more social battery you have, the more mental capacity you have, the more you're able to take things in. Everything, just your cognitive ability is going to improve a lot, because you should be treating your brain like it's a muscle. It works so hard every single day, constantly, and yeah, it rests partially while you're sleeping, but it's not to say that you're ever giving it a time to just switch off for a bit. And in letting it recover or rest, your stress levels just dissipate. They're not going to go away completely, but everything becomes a lot more manageable, because the comparison to the gym and physical health is it's pretty much the same. If you're working out 6 days a week, you need that one day where your body's doing nothing and you can let it recover. Your mind's the same. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like a dedicated rest day, and you say that on this day you take away the agenda, you can do nothing, because some people don't have that opportunity. Some people work 7 days a week or long hours, or it could be anything like that. People juggle a lot of things, but there will always be time in your day, even if it is 20 minutes a day, to just switch off, allow your brain to just recover, build yourself back up, and then allow yourself to continue, and a lot more sustainably. Because personally, I found that not giving myself that rest and not giving myself that ability daily to just let my brain ease off a bit before going about the rest of my day, it's incomparable, the difference. It's all part of treating yourself better, and how I've said before about treating yourself like you are your own best friend. You know, if you saw your closest friend or partner or whoever you feel close to and care about, you know, working themselves constantly every day, constantly being so mentally stimulated and active, and having all these stimuli flying in from their phones, social media, emails, the workplace, anything, you know, it's constant, and you're witnessing this and seeing how they're not giving themselves any break, any time off. You're going to be concerned. You know, you're going to worry about that. You're going to question if it's sustainable. So why allow yourself to do that? You know, you should be the person who you care about the most and you look out for the most, but so often it's the opposite. And people look externally instead of internally. It could be out of fear of what they find if they look internally, or hesitancy or laziness. It could be anything, but a lot of people don't do it. And it is something that needs to be questioned. I think once you do that, you can understand that you've got to look out for yourself, because you're the only one who knows what situation you're in, how you can deal with it, and you need to give yourself the best chance to do that. So give yourself these little times to recover. And there'll be people that say, oh, I don't have the time, I'm too busy. There's always time. There's always time in the day. Whether it's first thing in the morning, a lot of people do meditation first in the morning. I don't personally. I'm lucky enough that I can find time in the middle of my day where I can walk and listen to music, even if it is 10-15 minutes. It's just the opportunity to get into practice of ignoring the future and the past and just being where you are at that moment and taking everything in. Like I say, observe. You know, once you work to shut off what's going around in your brain all the time, it almost opens your eyes more, and you can accept more from all the amazing things that are outside. Like I'm sure you can see, it's an incredible day today, which is baffling in the UK, but it's incredible, and it's something that should be appreciated because we don't have a lot of it. So appreciate it, you know, and give yourself 10 minutes. You know, what's 10 minutes going to take out of your day? It's not critical. You're not going to gain or lose anything physically, but you will mentally. So give yourself that time. Why don't you? You know, why don't you look after yourself in that way? And that's not in like a offensive, attacking way. It's more to instigate that thought process. You know, you should be asking yourself these things. Why don't I do that for myself? Why don't I give my brain a chance to just cool off a bit, recover, and then give it the ability to carry on with the rest of the day, the rest of the week, whatever it is. Be kind to yourself.